Welcome to another edition of What the Fuck Happening is Here. Yes, still in Mendham. Okay, so still in Mendham. Not for very long, but we'll see. So no news yet, permanent, uh, certain news yet. But, yeah, well, whatever. Not looking good. Anyway, and then on the YouTube front, like if everything wasn't going bad enough, snowstorms and getting kicked out of my house and lots of crap, YouTube has decided to extort me once again, or threaten me, whatever. um, Gave me a strike on the last video, and just no information about what exactly in the 2-hour video was a violation of some kind of community standard, which isn't a community standard. I'm sure the YouTube producer community didn't vote for it. I'm sure the people who watch videos didn't vote for it. It's YouTube, Google's standard, and their standard apparently is you can't offend anyone. Doesn't matter, left, right, doesn't matter. Can't offend anybody. Everybody, baby food for everyone. So it really is. We're going all the way back to 1950, when one old lady could send a letter to the networks and they'd get all hysterical because somebody got offended, and so everything had to be G-rated, and you couldn't say anything out of just anything that could offend somebody. So it was all lowest, dimmest, simplest common denominator, or nothing. So everything was just trite and tripe and leave it to beavery, and that's all you got. Father knows best. Mother stays in the kitchen and cooks. I think that was a show. What the so we've gone all the way back to nowhere, and because everybody just gave the internet to this stupid corporation, Google, and said, oh yes, let it control the entire internet. What a great idea. So let's just recognize the history. So Google was formed with a founding document stating there needs to be a non-commercial alternative to the current search engines at the time. So they got a bunch of university funding, public money essentially, to make a search engine, and at a university, Stanford. And these two little putzes, for fake sake, and I think they were Jewish. I might as well throw that in. Russian Jews. So they came up with this scheme, and it was a lie right from the beginning. Not right from the beginning. Right from the moment they found out they could make money on it, then it became a scheme. And the scheme was basically the typical, just the worst of capitalism. That is, form a monopoly. Drive everybody else out of business by giving it away for free. And that's what Google did for 2.5 years. They gave away a really nice service for free. So obviously Yahoo and AltaVista and all the web and all the other companies had no way to compete with somebody who's giving it away for free. Right? I mean, it's just, you can't do that, right? You can't compete with free. Oh, they're giving away cars for free. I think I'll go into the auto business. Oh no, that's not going to happen. So it was just the worst kind of scheme, and they did it in this atmosphere where they came up with this logo, "Don't be evil." Like everybody else is evil, and we're the wonderful company because we give it away for free. And it was such an insane lie, because they knew they were going to snap the trap and do exactly what Microsoft wanted to do, which was put ads inside your browser. Now, Google didn't put them inside the browser because it didn't have a browser then. But I'm sure if it did have a browser, then it would have thought of the Microsoft easier plan, which is, well, let's not go to the waste of serving ads when we could just put the ads on people's own hard drives and just pop them into their browser. That would be so much better. So anyway, Microsoft couldn't do it because the public outcried. but Google could do it because they're not evil and they give it away for free and they're our friends. No, they were evil. So if somebody wants to, make conspiracy theories, the formation of Google is a disgustingly fake and phony news story. Then they finally got sued when they bought YouTube. The purchase price of YouTube had a provision in it that there had to be a fund set aside for the fact that YouTube knew it was going to get sued because it knew it stole so much copyrighted content. And so they had a court case about it, and they actually proved the case overwhelmingly, in the sense they had emails admitting that the founders of YouTube never intended to create anything called YouTube. They intended to create Steal It Tube, and that's all they wanted, was to get to steal copyrighted content, to have people steal it. That they didn't have to do it, they let other people do it, kids. Steal the content, put it on our servers, we get the views, and then when we get over 1 million viewers or whatever the number would be, we sell the place for a big pile of money. Exactly what their plan was, exactly what they implemented. Case completely proven with emails admitting it all, and the insane judge says, oh, there's no crime there. That's not a problem. You can do that. Google can do that because it's not evil, right? I mean, if anybody else did it, they would be guilty, right? So it's just, it demonstrated we don't even have a justice system that makes any sense at all. We have no constitutional rights. So the other crime YouTube routinely commits is there's this thing called the DMCA, this Millennial Copyright Act that was passed, that was supposed to protect our freedom by giving the people who provide the opportunity for people to freely speak and to publish content to take responsibility for what they do. Okay, so no longer was the ISP responsible for any of the crap I did. So if I stole content or I said bad words or I did hate speech, they gave an opportunity in this copyright sense for the law to come and for me to be prosecuted, not the ISP, because it's not their fault. And so this would eliminate pre-censorship. And Google's completely violating the whole point of the law. They're pre-censoring everything in the sense that nothing is fair use. So you're presumed guilty, okay? You can't fair use anything. It's impossible. They won't let you fair use. So they're pre-censoring everything. And for their immunity, they're not supposed to do that. They're not supposed to pre-censor. That's why they have immunity, is because they're not supposed to be pre-censoring. And likewise, it should be the same rules for hate speech or any of this other stuff. You should have to go to court, like the people in Sandy Hook. They finally sued Alex Jones. Now, that probably has something to do with the reason why Google and Facebook decided to bail on Alex Jones, is because they probably figured they were going to be co-defendants in the lawsuit. Because, yeah, the fact is they let Alex Jones do this bullshit. And clearly they don't give a shit about immunity contracts and saying, well, look, we don't take responsibility for the content, but clearly they do. Clearly they overtly go out and censor us for no good reason. Not because there's any threat to anything, not because they're in jeopardy in any way, merely because they can and they want to, because they're, basically fascists. They don't give a crap about the American Constitution or the ideals, and they don't give a crap about statutory law, what the Congress has actually passed as a law. They don't care what it says, because they're right now violating the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. They're violating it overtly and getting away with it. So that's the context here. So anyway, I'm giving nothing. I did appeal, nothing. No explanation for what in the 2-hour video was the huge crime I committed, except expressing my honest opinion. Now, unlike Alex Jones, I'm not a liar. Unlike Alex Jones, I haven't routinely violated their laws and said, oh, I'm going to post the video on another channel and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. I haven't done any of that crap. I haven't committed any acts of subversion or deception or any of this crap. And yet they're going to threaten me with removing, 5,000 videos, 4,000, whatever. deleting them, just hitting their little delete button, and say, oh yeah, we're a good company, we're a fair cop, we're honorable, we're decent. No, it's disgusting. And it's pitiful that there's not enough energy in either political party. There's not enough people give a crap about this free speech shit in either party to do anything about this. I mean, maybe if somehow we get rid of these two parties, the most Americans might agree that Google should be regulated, that it should have an obligation to provide fair access to its platform, because it's basically just like all the other infrastructure that has to be protected for civil rights. We all have a right of access, and it needs to be protected. And clearly our free speech has moved to the internet. This is the public sidewalk now. It's just a fact. And this is where you go to talk. This is where you go to put your bullhorn, and speak your speak. And again, I'm not for protecting liars and scam artists. I don't think they deserve any protections under the First Amendment. Malicious liars. But we got nothing, and that's because we let this stupid corporation run the show, because not enough people give a shit about the principles in the Constitution, what it takes to have a civilization, what fairness means, or it's a concept or an idea. So it was part of the irony is I was announcing the creation of my Fairness First website, and the fact that I'm going to try to organize what I can in terms of people understanding we need a third party, because the two political parties are absolute pieces of shit. These choices we're given are horrible. These people have no clue on either side what it is to be a decent human being. I mean, the despicable liars on the right, and the duplicitous, phantasmagorical, silly-minded idealist on the left who think everything's just, snap your finger, just spend some, just make it out of Play-Doh. I mean, no practicality at all. It's just a bunch of fake green policies and, fake. We're gonna rise people up with the, Head Start programs or some other bullshit. Like that's gonna fix anything. Anyway. So, videos in the future. I plan to put some on the website, and I'll probably just put, they'll probably have gratuitous my butt cheeks or something. I mean, I'll do something more, liberal, because they can't censor me there. And I'd still like to have, maybe I can, through Skype, I can have conversations with somebody if there's anybody worth having a conversation with. I mean, it's just too hard to find anybody worth talking to. I mean, it's just so bad. Things are really bad. But otherwise, I might post on some of the other some of the other YouTube channels I have. And so I thought, obviously, one good choice might be the one that wasn't very well named, because I couldn't even fit the whole name on the thing. But I did have a channel devoted to this very subject of non-commercial alternative, that we really shouldn't allow this corporation to run the internet. We should have a public search engine, or a public library style search engine that does the basics. Actually would spider the comments in YouTube videos and allow us to search on comments in YouTube videos. Allow us to actually search the internet, which Google doesn't let us do. Google hides a big giant part of the internet from us. And nobody complains, nobody worries about it, but I find that bothersome. Google doesn't allow you to do any of the old kind of fashion searches you used to be able to do, which were just names of JPEG files or movie files or different things. It doesn't give you any of the features that the old commercial alternatives were actually giving us. The worst, that's the irony, is those businesses were so much better than this evil company. I'd be so happy if we went back to those choices, of all the web, Alta Vista, what was the one with the dog? Whatever, go get it. you know, and Yahoo, as bad as Yahoo was. But this is terrible. This lousy corporation is controlling access on the internet. And it's terrible in the sense that even if you're a self-publisher on the internet, so even if you go outside of YouTube and say, okay, hell with it, I'll publish my own videos on my own website, Google doesn't index anything anymore. I mean, I know I make websites and I see how they don't get indexed. They'll never come up as a relevant search engine choice. No chance at all. And Google completely hides all this because it spoon feeds you the internet the advertisers want you to have. It sees what you click on, and it decides what kind of ads you like, and it decides what kind of content it's going to give you based on what you've purchased. It's filtering the internet, giving each individual a different internet. That's not how the public library is supposed to work. Is you walk into a library and it decides because you're 6 feet tall, or you're thin or you're fat, it decides what books you're going to get to look at. Which ones are on the shelf. So all the books in the library change for each person who walks in, right? Every person who walks in the library, a different kind of books are on the shelves. Different books are in the catalog. Is that how you want the internet? Is that called freedom? I don't think that's. I think that's an insane, awful confinement. That's not freedom. I want the power. I don't want them to have any power over what I see or what I can access. And this is just a huge mistake civilization is making. A huge mistake the liberals who love this stupid Google institution are making. This is an evil company with evil practices. It has no regard, again, for any of these fundamental human principles. It has nothing to do with YouTube. It's cartoon tube. It's baby food tube. It's we'll serve you what's in our financial interest tube. It's just tripe. Here's some music videos and some frogs, sitting on a bench. Here's some cute kitties. It's feeding our civilization baby food, and that should offend anybody with any kind of intelligence. Profoundly offend you. So again, I've made this rant over and over again in the past. It just, there just isn't any, there's no political traction. There's no human traction. People are just too in love with their Google toys and their Google bullshit to recognize that this is not. This is bad. It's just bad. It's worse than Microsoft. Google is a worse offender than Microsoft. Microsoft did it in a clinical business way. It was admitting we're doing it for the money. It was just a corporation. Google's pretending to be some sort of social institution that gives a crap when it doesn't. It's a marketing company. It's an advertising company. 99.9% of the money Google spends as a company is on advertising gimmickry. That's it. 0.1% is the search feature. It's nothing to them. The whole game was just having the monopoly, and now they're just an advertising company, and you people think they should control the internet. An advertising company, a marketing company, a company that makes and serves commercials should control the internet. I mean, really. And again, you can get no traction on this subject. But anybody doing anything about regulating this space to protect our frickin' rights. So I guess I'd also just point out that if Google ever does ban this channel, I likely will sue them because they don't have any standards. It's just a lie. There's no community that does this. There's nothing. It's their decision, them alone. Nobody else makes the decision but them and trolls. There's absolutely nothing that they could blame on some community. There's no community that did this. They did it. They do it. And that's it. It's completely their decision. And they should be held responsible for it in selling these fake words. This wasn't YouTube. That was a lie from the beginning, and it's certainly a lie in the hands of Google. It's Google's. It's part of their ad serving function, and so again, as the title says, non-commercial alternative, I think we always should have the public option, the not-for-profit, even if it sucks, option. I think most people should be able to recognize that that's a very important safety net against these evil corporations, and it's sort of a fundamental human right for us to not have to invest in capitalist control and the stock market controlling and the rich controlling and the shysters controlling. We should have some option to say, even if I have to pay a little extra, I'll pay it. I've said from the very beginning, I would like to have all the control and all the responsibility legally, and I'll pay to put my videos up. Give me a service that allows me just to pay for how many people watch it and how much it costs to give me the server space, and I'll pay for it to have freedom. And we should have that option. I should be given some sort of, here the government says, yeah, we know how to do enough of this internet thing to do that much. We can do that. And I should be able to, I'll take care of putting ads in my videos. I'll take care of that. That should be my job. Okay, if I want to tarnish my videos with ads, or I want to make a mess out of them for shystery, capitalist, personal interest reasons, then yes. I mean, if I have to, I understand people have to do that sometimes. They gotta make a living and all that crap. It's a TV show. They gotta somehow pay for it. I just wish they'd do it in a more honest way. Often the way the public television even was done. Look, this is who sponsored this. That's it. Okay? You can't make the show without somebody's help. That's okay. But obviously they go this step further. They really do try to, chicane, shyster, shenanigans, bullshit, instead of just make fair mention. But yeah, that's, we really should, in so many parts of our life, have this public option. It's a hugely important thing to be able to purchase things where all we're really paying for is employees. We're not paying for CEOs, and we're not paying for stockholders and people who want to make a big pile of money. We're just paying workers and for materials, and that's it. And I'll, like I said, even if I have to pay a little more, I'm probably always going to say, yeah, I'd rather pay a few guys getting $50,000 a year. I'd rather pay a few maybe unnecessary or low fee or not very efficient people $50,000 a year than pay these stupid Trumpies millions of dollars to do absolutely nothing but take. So some videos might be on the non-commercial alternative channel, and some might be on the Just Say No to Kids channel. But wherever they're going to be, if you don't want to subscribe to those channels, which probably can't hurt, just because I don't think I'm going to be flooding hundreds of videos in. So I really don't make that many anymore. But you can always go to the website, and there's this little, bar-y thing that I will update with all the new videos. wherever they are. So if they're on the website or on this channel or that channel, the In Mendham style videos will be on that little searching thing. You know, it has a lot of features. Nobody's ever appreciated any of my programming work, but I have to get rid of this YouTube one because that doesn't work. But you know, you can black and white the page. It's pretty cool. You know, you could, if I have to fix a lot of this stuff. Yeah, the menu, I mean the extra options don't work, so I gotta fix that. But anyway, the other ones work much better. So, you know, I'll post maybe a video right here on the front page, maybe the videos that I make. And you can also find, I have a list of the old, well, you probably can't see that. Yeah, it doesn't scroll far enough down. But if you scroll all the way down, there is a listing of some of the older channels, so any one of those channels might be where I go. Just depends on which ones I can get into. See, Google has, so a problem that was in the room, that, you know, the 2-hour video that they annihilated, and gave me a strike for, and the strike means I can't do live rooms and all that kind of stuff. So it'd be 3 months. I won't produce any videos on this channel. So if I didn't make that clear, it'll be 3 months. I'll be somewhere else. Because you really can't function with a strike. It puts you into way too much jeopardy. So again, there's no reason for this, no articulated reason. Just, you know, you did something in the video we don't like, to, you know, we're going to give you a strike. You know, I don't know. And clearly I was paying Fake Sagan videos and Tommy from the Bronx, and you know, they were defending pretty stupid things. But yeah, maybe I'm in trouble because I said I think St. Jude tortures kids. Maybe they didn't like that. Maybe you're not allowed to say that. You know, you're not allowed to express your honest opinion on this stupid medium. I don't know. Who knows what it was? Well, who knows what the I heard Joe Rogan say fuck the other day, so clearly it can't be the fuck thing. I didn't say cunt too often. I go, oops, I shouldn't have said that. Right? Might get a strike on this video. Because you can't speak your mind. But I was yelling at trolls, you know, because a spammer got into the text section. You couldn't get rid of them. You couldn't block them. And I was just talking about how YouTube just sucks. I mean, this is bullshit. They know this stuff happens, but they should give you tools to prevent this stuff from happening. It's just nonsense that we have to put up with this. And so I was going to just leave the room. You know, I was just going to close it and just do a regular response video, but it finally did stop. You know, I finally blocked him the right way somehow. I caught it the right whatever. Anyway, it just doesn't matter. I mean, it's just such a lousy medium. You know, I mean, it's so bad. I mean, it's very nice technology, Google, but they leave it so broken that it's useless. You know, it's absolutely useless, and it's broken in the sense they gave trolls power. I can't. So the point I was trying to make is I can't get into some of my old channels because you have to have a phone number tied to them, and you know they need to call you on that phone number, and I only have one phone number, so now I'm really in trouble because you can only have 3 accounts on the one phone number. And why don't they do that for these these trolls? Why don't they require these people to have some sort of history here? Why don't they have to be at all invested in this medium? Why do they get to ruin it? Okay, and Google doesn't even try to stop them, and yet they somehow find all kinds of ways to stop me from producing content. You know, I mean, it's so bad. This is not how the internet should run. This is not how. So another thing I did, I took their stupid survey. They said, we want to hear your opinion. You know, let us have your honest opinion. And all the questions are about how to make money. You know, no questions for people who are making content and they don't intend to make any money, and they just intend to fight for a cause or defend an ideology. No conversation about ideological content, anything that might have a real meaning, you know, as educational material or as political material or organizational material. Totally irrelevant, you know. So So yeah, I can plead with you to hate Google, to understand that it's a hateable company. Um, don't buy their products when you can avoid it. Don't sign up. Don't play their game wherever you can, because it's not a game. Their control is real, and I hate that they now own the infrastructure of Android. It's disgusting, and I see it on the products. You reboot, and all of a sudden this stupid Windows crap. I mean, not Windows. This stupid Google thingy pops up, and the program loads automatically, and you're like, I never gave you permission to load automatically. I didn't say I wanted your stupid thing to load. It's just as obnoxious as Bill Gates's Microsoft, just as bad, worse, and nobody cares. And it's just so ironic, all the hysteria. I mean, the nerds were pissing in their pants over every move Microsoft made, and yet they don't say a peep about this stinking Google. But yeah, it's despicable that they can do this. They can get away with this crap, and clearly they can't. Like I said, they proved it in court. They went to court. I mean, VeriSign, or is it VeriSign? I can't remember the company that sued. Well, anyway, over tons of years of stolen content. And it's just so ironic. It's so funny in a way, because I'm thinking about the whole idea of the lawsuit, and how what a joke the legal system is. Because you go into court and you say, look, these are our claims that we're going to try to prove. And if the judge thinks that it doesn't matter if you prove them, why doesn't he just say that in the beginning? Why doesn't he just say, look, even if you prove they violated all this and they did all that and they stole all this money from you, it doesn't matter. I don't care. Because they proved the case overwhelming. It's just so funny that you go into a case saying, yes, he's guilty of murder. We intend to prove it. And then and instead of the judge saying, I don't care if he's a murderer, okay, it just doesn't matter to me because I'm going to let him walk anyway. Instead of just saying that, he has the pretense of a trial where they perfectly prove the case. I mean, completely prove it, and they don't get to win. I mean, it's a mockery of justice. It's so bad. It's not, it's not, no, mockery is not the right word. It's such a more profound stab in the balls of justice. I mean, it's a castration of justice, decency, what's right, what's fair, what's honorable, all of it. It's so bad. Everything is so bad now. It's just a rubbish country we have, full of just rubbish people. Sorry, but it's just the truth. People make me want to vomit. You have so little character. So anyway, you're so stupid. You're just so stupid. Just go ahead. I mean, the good news is you're so stupid that you will probably drive right off the cliff in such a magnificently stupid way that you will, nuke this planet into sterility. So anyway, the only good news, you'll be way too stupid to even dumber than rats, right? You just won't be able to survive. You're so stupid. Even as a rat. You're dumb. You're dumber than slugs. Slugs will make it out better because you people are so frickin' dumb. So, I guess that'll be it. I might as well not push my luck. But yeah, it's just, this idea that you get no accountability, no fair trial. You're just, at the corporation's discretion. And they don't have to defend what they do. They don't have to have an argument, anything. They just play this. Like I said, I mean, at least Alex Jones got some warning. There's nothing here. There's no explanation of what the real crime is here. Nothing. I mean, Google asked Alex Jones to quit lying. and he wouldn't do it. But whatever, it does kind of, say something about this whole left-right argument. Clearly, it's not about the left and the right. It's about baby food. That's what Google's in the business of doing. It sells more baby food if it doesn't offend anybody, and that's it. And it doesn't need people to do anything other than sell baby food. This is a cartoon network. This is a kids network. This is for suckers. Advertising only works on suckers. This isn't a medium for people who think, because they know advertising doesn't work very well on people who think. So this is a network for sheeple, stone cold morons. The idiocracy feeds here, and so they just don't need any distractions to that purpose of selling to the retards, providing content that makes money. And that's why that happened to cable TV. All the Learning Channel turned into the "You Gotta Be Fucking Kidding" channel, or whatever. The too stupid channel, right? Ghosts and UFOs and psychics, right? Because that makes money. The ads work because those people are really, really stupid. Alright, so that's probably enough. So, sadly, we must again go through this procedure. But yes, like I said, it might be an opportunity for me to be a little more creative. So that might be the good part. It'll just be I'll be talking to a lot less people. But that's probably okay, right? Because, as pointed out, the YouTube audience is imbeciles. So, yeah. And, unfortunately, the human condition is imbecilic. Everybody's an imbecile now. I mean, they've just gotten dumber and dumber and dumber. And now we're just surrounded by idiots. So, what do I need viewers for? Because they're all idiots, right? Much. So, I guess that's all. Yes. Probably should clean this camera lens. Wow. A little dusty. Anyway. So, shit. I mean, everything just sucks this year. It's just so bad. All this stuff. I mean, it's just this stupid. We had a freaking snowstorm. I mean, it was just real snow, real mess. And yeah, it's just awful weather. I got to go through all my junk, and I mean, nothing's going right. But I mean, I really have no right to complain. In a lot of other ways, because a lot of other things, I mean, my hair's doing okay, certain things are doing okay, so I really shouldn't be complaining, but it's hard not to complain, just because any degrade in circumstances is always unpleasant. Mostly. Yeah, so anyway. I mean, it's just, everything looks just so, it's all so horribly depressing and ugly the world is getting. So anyway, till the next time. And, such. Thank you for your attention. And Google is evil. Nasty. Rotten. Lousy, fascist. Till next time.